part 3 in a video series where I attempt to resurrect an old farm irrigation system. This is part 3. If you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, I would encourage you to watch those first. Links are in the description. However, if you're still with us, previously on the Caddyshack Waterworks, I did get a pump hooked up that is pulling water from the well, pumping it into the rest of the system. This is somewhat of a temporary setup. Even so, it did take a while to get a system to where the pump would stay primed because there's some issue somewhere else, and also to keep the fittings all together for now. We did get to the point where we could put enough water down into the system and to develop enough pressure to expose a break. So we started digging, kept digging, didn't find what we were looking for, dug into the night, got too dark, we gave up for then. Thus, here we are, part 3. Based on the concentration of the water, we figured that the break was somewhere along this path. But the next day, it turns out
Belloc staff is too long.
They're digging in the wrong place.
Digging on this. We were thinking it was here. It's not. I had to dig way back in here. And yeah, you can hear it. Here somewhere's caterpillar. I can see there's definitely water's running back. I gotta go even further in, man. This is crazy. Now, found the line, the broken piece. Yeah, this wasn't frozen. First of all, that's a pretty big chunk to be missing. It's completely missing. Pretty sure that someone had took a tree spade in here. There is kind of a gap. There's trees on both sides. Someone took a tree spade, pulled the tree out, didn't realize that line was there. You can see that angle of that break, plus it's crushed, got some scrape marks on it, and that one's all completely shattered. So, and again, there's no other pipe in here, so pretty sure that's what happened. Now the question is how to put this thing back together when I can't move the ends of the pipe. Need like a slip fitting and a shit ton of cement. So I was all ready. I was all ready to put this piece in to fix. Got these things cut. Ready to put in a piece, patch. And I was fiddling with this and noticed that it rotates. It's like, why does it rotate? And then I pulled the thing out and noticed there was another tree taken out right next to it that cut this also. So now I gotta dig another hole, put it in a longer patch piece, and hopefully that's it. Hopefully there's not. Once again, my buddy Bob is here to help out, and usually that consists of him hoping to be sure that I don't have any beer left over by the end of the day. But on occasion also helps out with the tractor work. After I had fixed one break, then, well, was working on one, realized it was actually two. Got that done. Fixed that standpipe because that was broken off. That's the old one next to it. But there's still a solenoid hooked up to it, and so that's a whole thing. Turned it on, ran it, noticed was getting water out of the here. Not a lot though. I mean, it's a good amount, but it wasn't what I would consider full flow. Capped it, turned on the pump again, and started another geyser back here. So I found another break, and that had better be it. But if there's any, well, I gotta start cutting trees down, man. That's all there is. Gotta take this tree down so I can get in, dig this up, put another patch in there.
All right, we're filming. Be polite.
I know. This way you can get me when the ground gives away. So, after some more excavation, I'll tell you what looks like what happened here. Get my shadow out of the picture. So that's obviously looking at that angle. That's tree spade sliced that thing through. But unlike these other holes where it sliced both sides, it didn't cut this one. Once this cut, it just pulled this thing and shoved it. I don't know how it did it. It shoved it way down there. That thing's way down and it's folded up. I gotta dig this back this way some more. Might have to take it out. I already had to take 2 trees out just to get the tractor in here, but I might have to take this tree out. We appear to have someone that threw a wrench in the works again, or a wrench in my program. I've got so many wrenches on this project I could open my own Harbor Freight. So, this pipe here, this is the one that was in the ground, kind of bent down. I twisted it and realized it wasn't connected to anything, so I pulled it out. So it comes out to about here. And I kept following the wires, because these wires go to the pole through here and the solenoid. However, it stopped following these wires. This pipe somewhere in here, that's broken off right at a connector. So we decided to follow this line from there, which is where we were digging, to see if that comes straight through, and it doesn't. Just in case some of you got lost or disoriented with exactly what's going on, I'll provide a bigger picture here. The red circle to the lower left is where the well is and the pump as well. The circle in the upper right is where I had shown me standing by that tall standpipe, looking back sort of in the direction of the barn towards the area there designated by the red oval, which is where we had found all the breaks in the pipe and patched them. And we're assuming that that pipe is supposed to come all the way out to this location. However, we seem to have lost the lead, as it were. The pipe just stopped and we haven't been able to relocate it yet. So yeah, we're going to, again, I'm pretty sure, I'm just talking to myself, pretty sure that we checked way out there, and that line does still follow the pipe all the way out there. So we think that we just need to keep digging, following this electrical wire, and eventually we'll find the pipe again. That's fingers crossed. So we're going to dig this tree out, which needs to go out of its misery anyway, because it's sad looking, growing too close to other trees. So we're still digging. We're following the wire, but there's not a trace of PVC. Yeah, another hole where they took out a tree.
I'm sure that's where there's another.
Oh, yeah, get a load of dirt in here first, man. You're dangerously close to turning this thing over.
We have lots of dirt.
Oh. Well, we're creating new nature trails, that's for sure. Because I know that one's broken right there behind you, right?
Well, there's a big hole.
Yeah.
It's absolutely missing there.
Yeah.
So we just got a few more sections replaced than what we thought.
A few? Yeah. So what appears to have happened here is that at some point somebody had put in a lot of work to install an irrigation system on the entire property, and then afterwards proceeded to plant a bunch of landscaping trees intended for a resale directly over the main water line that runs out to the rest of the property. Smart. Now, all this water is not from a irrigation system failure. It just rained a bunch today, but we're still yeah, finding break in the pipe. There's break there. That was, we dug that out, and then we ended up having to cut a line through the trees because this pipe was just missing. We followed the electrical cable, but we could not. This is where the pipe stopped about here. Did not pick up another piece of pipe until there, which was pretty much across here. There's a hole back here. Chances are that was where another tree was taken out, and all the way out to this post. We did find a T. That's a T in there that runs that direction. Here you can see, maybe way back there, there's a white. Let me see if I can zoom in on it at all. You see it through there? Maybe not. There's a pole. Anyway, there's a post there that's got another up tube. So this here, though, goes that direction. I cannot locate pipe. There's like, it's missing here. I don't know where it is. I think we're going to end up having to take out. And we dug here, no pipe. So instead of patching all of these areas and so forth, I might just repipe everything from that one spot all the way over. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I got to wait to do this stuff here, but I'm really curious to see if I can get this system to hold any pressure up to this point. So just took some material I had, and I know these rubber couplers aren't made for pressure, but we'll see. Maybe it'll hold long enough. So I'm just going to put this where that ends, turn the system on. Hopefully there's no leaks from the well, from the pump to this spot. We'll find out. All right, just to recap what I'm doing here. The area between the circle, which is where that standpipe is, and the square, which is where we reacquired the pipe from where it was broken from the left side, where we bored that hole through the trees. I'm just going to ignore all that for right now, and then back where the oval is, where I found the original break and made several repairs and restored some of the system, I'm going to plug it right there. And turn on the pump, see if it holds pressure, make sure that there's nothing from that point back to the pump that needs attention. That'll be in part 4, and if it goes anything like the project has so far, that should also be an adventure.